What's up, guys? Peter from Panda here. I'm outside. It's cold, it's wintry, it's windy, and I'm out here because I bought a stove here. This is a small stove, camping stove. I think it was made by a brand called Sam Young. I'm not sure if that's actually one or two words, but I wanted to check it out here. You can see a small box. It comes kind of like a camping mess kit. And I've always wanted one of these. You know, they're small, they're meant for camping, and they're really like a coffee can that you can light a fire in and cook with, and so you have kind of an unlimited supply of fuel. But they seem to work well, and I've never owned one. I've always wanted one, and I'll tell you what, I got this one because it seemed like a decent quality product. We'll find out, but it was cheap. So in the $24–25 range. You know, when I'm spending my own money, I want to see if the concept works. I want to see if I can find something that's a good value for me, for you, and the other Pandudes and Pandettes out there, and learn about it, because there are other products like the Solo Stove, which I have been obsessed with, but they're just $80–90, and so I didn't want to kind of spend that kind of money when I probably don't even need the stove, but I just want to learn about it and see if they work. So first of all, looks like it comes in a couple pieces here. The top part is wrapped in plastic. This looks like it's the base, and you know, it's kind of like this nesting style. This is a thicker insulated portion. You can see, you know, vent holes right there, and then it's open on the bottom, so I'm assuming this is maybe a bottom like part, and then I'm assuming the thinner, narrower parts go towards the top. So we have this piece here, which looks like it kind of hovers above the flame and has some legs here, which maybe are actually for holding your pot up. We'll try cooking something on it. And another bowl here. And this looks like this might be kind of your catch bin. You know, things would be on here, and it would keep wood from falling all the way to the bottom. But one thing I will tell you is that there does not appear to be any instructions in the box, so you're gonna have to kind of figure it out through a little experimentation. And then another sleeve here. So let's go ahead and see if we can figure out how to put this sucker together. All right, guys, so I finally figured out how it goes together, and it really goes by diameter, you know, widest to thinnest. So you get this piece, you want to put the holes all the way to the bottom. That's what's going to help it breathe. Then you're going to take this larger insulated piece with this venting, you know, so that it draws air up and then lets it get sucked in the sides, and put that on top of this, so it's going to fit inside it, and that little beveled edge is going to keep it from falling all the way through. Then you take your kind of catch tray here, drop that in, and it actually falls almost all the way down. Kind of fits inside of this piece, so those lips overlap, so it won't come out. So that falls in there, and then that keeps the bottom here about an inch off the ground, so you've got plenty of space for that air to be drawn in, and then the air can come through the holes on the bottom there, that's diamond cut holes. And then this piece goes like this, and it fits right in there. So you've got you know, a large cavity or circular area in there where you're going to put your fuel, sticks and twigs, and then you're going to have this top piece, which is going to be able to hold your pot or pan or whatever it is kind of above the flame. Then there's some holes there to also let it breathe. So let's go ahead and get this thing set up. All right, guys, so I've got my little stove here. I've got some twigs that I found in the yard, a little piece of newspaper, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of this newspaper, use about half of one page, and I'm just going to crumple it up here, and I'm going to use that as my tinder. And then I'm going to take just some of the smallest sticks that I can and break them up and kind of drop them in here. The paper is kind of voluminous in there, so it does take up a lot of space, and I think what's going to happen is the paper is going to burn off, and then everything's going to kind of collapse in and of on itself. And so I don't think you want to try to pack it too much. You want to let everything get lit, but you're also going to have to be ready with some extra fuel and get that going too. So all I'm going to do here is, now I'm actually not sure, you might not be using this, so you may be using a, you know, match or something. See if we can get a lid on a couple sides here. There we go. And I'll keep the top off for now and see how it goes with getting these sticks lit. So the cool thing about it is, obviously this can shape of the stove is protecting it from the crosswind here, which is fairly significant. You see the smoke just taking off to the side. And it's also keeping that flame from getting spread around, and the sticks on top of it are actually getting cooked pretty good. And, you know, I'm actually pretty impressed with this so far, because it's definitely taken off. So that's good news. Burn, baby, burn. Now, the sticks I threw in there aren't necessarily super dry. They're definitely dead, but I can kind of hear them sizzling and crackling a little bit. So I think the snow and moisture we've had this winter is kind of impregnated the wood a little bit, but clearly burning. It's also nice that it has this bag, because once you do cook in it, you're going to get some discoloration, probably some ash buildup, or some charring on the sides. You know, you probably just wipe it clean. It is a stove after all, and then put it back in its bag and take it on the next trip. So just a kind of a half sheet of paper in there, and a handful of these sticks that I found lying around, and it's cooking pretty good. And actually what I'm pretty impressed with is just a few sticks like that I maybe had laying around. Doesn't really look like it's lacking flame. You know, I think this is definitely a cookable flame. And in fact, what I'll probably do right now is go ahead and throw on this top piece. There we go. And then I do have a pan of water. Now, it is really freaking cold out here, but I thought I might just go ahead and throw that on and see if we can get a little water boilage. Now I have a plastic handle on this pot. It's meant for cooking in the house, and since we've got the wind going that way, I'm going to put the handle over here. But you know, your outdoor cooking mess kit will probably be all metal, so it's not as much of a problem. You can see the really strong crosswind here, which is actually probably helping to stoke that flame a little bit, but it also kind of makes the flame a little bit erratic. So if you're camping and maybe in an alcove of trees, or maybe you have a little wind blockage, a little wind shelter, you might want to get a little bit more stable, focused flame. So far, I'm pretty impressed. You know, the way the water in the pan is certainly not crushing it, and everything seems nice and stable, and the stainless steel construction is pretty awesome. So, I think this is going to work pretty well. I can see the water steaming already. Yeah, while it's not boiling, it's only been a few moments, but it is pretty cold out here. What I like is, like I said, nice solid stainless steel construction, even under the heat and the flame. I'm not seeing any warpage. I'm not hearing any worrisome noises. It's clearly cooking, and the way it's shaped, you know, this can shape is really keeping that flame focused, but plenty of areas for air to kind of come in, feed that fire, and continue to burn. And like I said, with just a handful of sticks, I'm pretty impressed. I'm getting nice flame, and it's continuing to cook here. So, the Sam Young portable stainless steel camping stove. I dig it. $20 or so. I'm impressed. Peter von Panda, out.